I always said, if we ever did something together, oh man, it would be awesome.
It'd be out of control.
And John would be billing us out of jail.
Yeah.
Next thing I did was work the auto show circuit as a narrator. The girls that stand on the hamster wheel with the car. And they're like, this is the Jeep Grand Cherokee. I did that.
My sister said, he left the music cutting and he came back as John Lennon.
I offered the producers of PBR.
She had come from sit position, bit him in the balls, went back to sit position, and I blinked and I hardly saw it and looked at her and she was just sitting there like
a ninja.
And I turned around and I said, "You just missed 10 grand." He goes, "Why?" And I said, "Because that was me being a dick."
8G hit and it hit so freaking hard. I'm like, maybe I should have landed in the grass. I can hear your laugh from here, not through the screen, but from.
And I left there feeling like a bag of dicks.
No, did she just say a bag of dicks? Yes, she did.
Like, let's say I want to get one of those Speed Marine hats. Where do I go to get it?
Oh, dude. Plug it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're not supposed to stop. You're supposed to act like it's normal. We integrate.
No, I always forget that part.
When they started asking, who here can drive a 6-shift? This is 30 or 40 extras. None of them could. We had to test a couple of my mechanics as terrorists and put them in the cars to.
Tell the story again about the panties and the dog. And
I'll let you tell it.
If you're not hustling, you're sleeping.
How'd you pull that off, Jack?
Well,
you got some kind of magic wand or just a big wand?
Hey-o.
Man, we could talk for weeks about this stuff. This is literally the most professional podcast I've ever done.
Oh, yeah. Tonight on 3 Lefts Don't Make a Right, we've got 57 Freddie, also known as Freddie Penna. And you guys who don't know him, you need to go on Instagram and follow him. All you got to do is type in 57 Freddie. It's pretty simple. It's way easier than my name or John's name. So you need to go on there because the dude has got some cool stuff and he's got a cool story. So that's what you need to do. And you also need to go on the Instagram and follow the Rick Ross Car Show, because on the 21st of May, down in Atlanta, somewhere down there, I'm not exactly sure, but Freddie's going to give us all the DL on that. There's going to be a really cool car show where Rick Ross lives. And it used to be Evander Holyfield's house. So that's where we are. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to get the down low from Freddie about everything going on in his world, a little bit of his past. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it happen. And Brad, take us to a commercial and let's get John in here.
For more than 25 years, DEI has been controlling heat and sound, all with products developed to protect components and drivers alike, and has become the standard by which all heat and sound control is measured. Each product is developed with solutions to problems in mind. DEI knows when it comes to making and keeping horsepower, heat is the enemy. Innovative technology allows us to develop the highest quality products, quality driven, and that's why the best builders and race teams in the world use DEI.
Boom shakalaka. So where are the pictures from Miami?
I sent a couple over to Brad. I didn't send a lot. I was telling, see that? That's Mangoes. There's a whole. I was telling you some of the story. You were laughing pretty hard about. We went to Mangoes. We went to this bar that's in the center. There's 3. There's a bar left and right, and there's one in the middle where that has the stage. So the bartender in the center wasn't paying us any mind, so I went over to the side, got the drinks. I turn around, and the people I'm with, my wife, her friends, they're at the center bar. They left me sitting next to Brad. Put that picture back up. The dark-haired girl to my right.
Yeah,
and I'm
the
like,
short one? The short one or the one with the glasses?
the fun size one to the left.
The
with
fun
the
size one. Okay, I got you now. I got you now.
So we got to talking, and she says to me, she goes, I took a picture of your wife. My wife is to the right there. So I said, send it to her. So, of course, she hands me her phone to put my wife's phone number in. And, of course, my wife and her friend, which is to the far left, standing to the ball next to the bald-headed guy.
Yeah.
They see me actually putting in, my numbers. They thought it was my number that I was putting in this girl's phone. They look. I almost got slapped, until 2 seconds later, bling, it's from her to my wife. So, but I'm like, listen, you should know better than to have me sit next to this girl. So we were drinking and having fun and laughing. I said to her, who's your friend? She says, that's my mom. So her mom's the one with the hat on.
The one in the middle.
Yeah. And I bought the mom 2 drinks. I actually bought them drinks, but the mom was on her second one. She was lit. She started punching me, grabbing me. I'm like, listen, lady.
She wanted to wrestle.
But we had a fun time. I tell you, I laughed. Mangoes, if you ever go to the South Beach, that's like, you have to go.
The only time I'm going to Mangoes is to crash at your place.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why I'm going to Miami. I got no other reason. Well, I mean, maybe Freddie will put me up once he gets to know me in about 10 seconds. But, I don't know if he's going to want me there very long because I'm just a bad influence.
That's true. That's true. But what I was doing about 3 weeks ago or so, maybe even longer.
Right.
I'll tell you the backstory of getting Freddie to come on. I'm scrolling through, of course, Rick Ross pops up and he starts talking about the car show. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? So I Google it, come up with there's actually Instagram, there's a web page and everything has the information on it. So I reach out to the actual website, didn't hear back. So I posted on one of Rick's posts that I tried to reach out to you guys to get you to come on the podcast. I didn't hear anything. So this guy reaches out posing as a manager saying, I can help you out. I could this. I sent you the email. It was the first email.
Yeah. I remember that.
Well, the guy was full of shit. So I was talking to Ed, and Ed says you need to hit up Freddie directly. So I didn't feel like being, intrusive. I thought I'd go through the channels, So I hit Freddie up, and Freddie says, stop right there. Wait until I figure out who this guy is. Of course, it's all bullshit.
So Freddie is the channel.
Freddie is the channel. So I'm talking to Ed, and he says, why don't you get Freddie on? Freddie has a good story too. Freddie, and I went, you know what? Why didn't I think of that? So I circled back with Freddie and I said, listen, come on. So he builds a nice car. You check out his Instagram.
I was looking at it. Yeah.
Freddie's good. Yeah. He's,
as soon as you told me they were coming on, I hit the follow button. Yeah. Well,
he's
Freddie
a couple old school Chevys right up your alley.
Yeah. Well, his last name is Penna, so it's genetic. I just tell you right now, it's genetic.
Yeah.
Bro.
So we got him on. We got the car, the history, Bowtie South. Going to talk about Rick Ross, meeting Rick Ross, how this whole arrangement came about. Talk about the car show, the Promised Land, which Rick Ross named, the estate, which is pretty cool because Elvis had Graceland. He's got the Promised Land.
Yeah.
And this, I've only seen the outside pictures of the outside of this house. It's amazing. I mean, it really is. It's like 55,000 square feet. I was telling you, look at that.
Look, that is crazy.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's like 55 or 60,000. Like I was saying, the White House is 55,000 square feet. This is like 60,000, something like 120 rooms, 12 bedrooms or some shit. I don't know.
God.
Yeah, how fat is that?
I wonder if Rick will let me swim laps in his pool.
Nah, they got a pond. The pond's good for you. That's what you're going to hear, Lou. Yeah, there's a pond down the hill. Down the hill, that's good. Got a pool and a pond. Pond's good for you.
It's all right. I've swam in worse,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm drinking red wine tonight, so I'll probably be pretty stupid in about 20 minutes or stupider.
Yeah, you'll be stupider. You know,
Yeah.
just remember, you don't get any points for being retarded. Just remember that.
Yeah. Sounds natural anyhow. What do you for me, right?
So, do we know if Ed's back? Do we know if isn't Ed coming on tonight? Is Ed coming on?
I got a private message here. Ed's backstage. Bring him out.
Bring out Ed, Brad. As a matter of fact, just bring out Freddie too. Just bring out Freddie too.
Freddie. Freddie.
How are you guys?
What's up, Freddie? How's it going, man?
Good, good, good. Nice to meet you.
Hey.
So you know Ed. You know
Yes,
Ed,
absolutely.
right?
Yes, yes.
You know
Ed, turn your phone sideways, Ed, instead of straight up and down.
Fucking Ed. Ed, why do you have to make shit so difficult, Ed?
The third time he's been on here.
You act like you've never done this before.
Had to change his shirt.
Oh God.
Oh, he's still fucking around. We're gonna.
Yeah, he know. Yeah, he's
So I'm fucking around with these earbuds. You know, my equipment always malfunction when I'm on here with you.
No, it's not your equipment. It's the operator. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the operator. God, man. See, Freddie, this is what he does. You know, you're the guest. He comes in to try to steal a few minutes. You know, that's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do, man. You know, I mean, there's nothing else I can say about it. Then he's just trying to steal time.
You have the Hotchkiss at the same May 21st. There's a Hotchkiss open house, so you can't go no matter what because you're committed.
Yeah, but see, not only that, man. I'm not ready to drive to Miami. You know,
no, it's Atlanta. It's
Atlanta. I mean, I'm still not ready, dude. I'm still not ready to drive to Atlanta. I can't drive. They fused my whole lower back, Freddie. So I ain't driving right now. They did it a month and a half ago. I ain't driving nowhere right now.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So me and Ed may take a run down
Yeah,
there.
go down there.
So we hit or miss.
Yeah.
Freddie, what bottles do you have in front of you?
Anytime I'm with you, bro, I get in trouble.
Oh,
stop it! Stop it!
Every time I get with you, we in trouble, Joe.
Oh boy, one of us gets in trouble. Freddie, what are you drinking? What do you got in front of you there?
This is a brand that Ross is part of. It's called the Bel Air. It's a spirit, it's a champagne company.
Oh, cool.
Is that named after the 57?
Coincidentally, no, but
really? I would have thought it would be.
It kind of all worked out together at the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I thought it came from.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I thought you were going to sell it, Freddie. What the hell?
This is something that he's part of, and you know, he promotes it heavily. He believes in it a lot, so we help him push it.
What's that? What's the one jar in front by the blue? The like a blue head. It looks like a pig's head. What is that?
Is one of my.
It's a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little French. Some little home decor stuff I have there.
Okay, I thought you were I thought you were gonna start pimping, you know, booze with a pig's head.
Are they gonna have Bel Air available at the show? Do you know? Freddie, do you know if they're going to have the Bel Air champagne at the show? We lost them.
We lost Freddie. We lost your volume. Can't we? It was. Nope. There it is.
There it is.
Right there. Say something.
You hear me?
There you go.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're gonna have the drinks available. We're gonna do an after party after the show's over by the poolside. So we're gonna have fun back there after the show's over.
Yeah, yeah. How many cars are you expecting?
We wanted to do 150, but I think we're gonna push it to 200 cars.
Cool.
So, yes.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this car show is gonna be epic. Every day we get calls with guys asking, "Hey, look, Ed, you gonna bring a car out? Are you going?" I'm telling them we definitely going, but as far as me bringing vehicles out, I'm certain that I might have one or two cars as that we probably was affiliated with. But that's all everyone is talking about the car show.
Yeah, man, it's been a great response, man.
That's cool.
Well, funny story. I was telling somebody one day, when I first heard about you years ago, this dude was like, "Well, man, I'm gonna holler at 57 Freddie and see if I can get him to do his car." So I said, "Well, 57 Freddie." I said, "Well, what the 57 for?" So I was thinking you was born in 1957, but I said, "Nah, this dude not that old."
I'm not that old.
So when he showed me the picture, I said, "Well, dude," I said, "Man, I've been seeing this guy all over the place." I'm like, yeah, he built a good car. Well, the guy called and asked you, and he asked you how much do you start at as far as pricing. And I think your response was, if you're asking how much you start at, you probably can't afford this.
You can't afford
Right.
Yeah.
That dude was furious. Oh, what do he think he is? Heinz Ketchup is Christmas seven. So that's when I started kind of tapping around following you, and I understood. I was like, oh, damn, this dude is serious. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a serious game. You know, this thing's
Oh
not
yeah.
everybody.
Oh yeah, it's a serious game. That's for damn sure. That's why I don't do serious cars anymore. I don't do them.
Yeah.
Dude, I ain't doing them.
Yeah, I kind of fell back. Last year, actually, I closed my shop and decided to retire. And now I'm just doing it for fun. You know,
right.
I pick certain individuals that I have a good chemistry with, and little small big projects, but not at a shop volume.
Right, you know? Right. What do you? I mean, what do you do? Do you do just body work? What do you do? You do everything. What?
No, mainly what I do is I'll disassemble, do all the fabrication, leave the car ready for paint. I'll send everything out. I'll send paint, powder coating, chrome, and then bring the vehicle back, and I do final assembly.
Got you. Okay.
But I don't paint in house. I never like the mess that the paint shops
do.
Do.
I don't. Yeah. Paint's just dirty.
Yeah, it's dirty. It's just hell.
Yeah.
So I sub all that stuff out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I got a guy for that too.
Talk about early influences. Who did you look up to, or who did you admire, and how'd you get in the cars?
Not us.
My uncles and my dad and all those guys were heavy car guys when I was growing up. These dudes, you know, they were like the superstars of the hood when it came to cars and motorcycles. So it was just something that I just always grew up around, you know?
Yeah. Are you talking Brooklyn? Are you talking Miami? Where was
New York,
the big
I'm actually born in New York.
Yeah.
And my parents are Dominican. My family's of Dominican descent. So we'll go to Dominican Republic. They always had the nice cars. It was just, that's what they were into.
Yeah.
And then I kind of just took it to the next level, you know?
Did you work at a couple shops, open up your stuff? How'd you become known?
Never. I have I never went to school for mechanics. Everything was just self-taught. You know, everything was self-taught. In the back of my mom's house, just taking apart cars and lowering cars for a friend of mine's on the weekends. You know, that's how I started.
What was your first build? Or what would you work on your first car?
My first car, I bought a 93. I think it was a 93 Toyota Corolla back when that was my first car when I was 14 years old. I didn't even have a license.
Yeah.
And my grandmother took me to the dealer and she bought me the car under her name.
Really?
No lie, maybe 6 months later, I had the whole suspension, motor out of the car, in the back of my mom's house.
What'd you say?
Brand new car. I destroyed it. Destroyed this thing.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
You're lucky your grandmother didn't kill you.
Boy, man, I took everything off that car. I mean, I put it right back together, though.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Where'd you go from after that?
After that, you know, we just kept progressing, playing with cars and stuff. I joined like a local car club, and you know, we just all work on each other's cars. After that, I had a buddy of mine that he was building a 64 Impala, and it was at a couple shops in Miami. The car was stagnant for a couple years. It just wasn't progressing, and I asked him to let me take the lead on it. Sure enough, he blessed me. He let me work on it. I remember we decided to take the car off the frame. I've never done nothing like that before. We built a rolling frame. You know, we found a two-port motor back then when two-port motors were, you know, were in style. And I thought we built the baddest frame in the world until one day I ended up going to a California show.
It's all chrome and engraved. They're crazy, are they not? I mean, they are crazy.
No,
listen, the detail.
No, it was just. I remember I seen a car. The car was yellow, and his oil pan gasket was yellow. That's how detailed it was. And that was like the most amazing thing I've ever saw. I was like, bro, the guy's oil pan gasket is yellow. Like, how?
Yeah.
I came back home and I had to break it to my buddy. I'm like, listen, man, all this is garbage. We're starting again. He looked at me like I was crazy, but he went with it. He let me take the car back apart, and we started back from scratch. And it ended up being probably the biggest East Coast lowrider in existence to this day.
Is that it?
That's a good look. That's a 63.
That's my car. That's one of my cars.
That's a 63. That's badass.
Yeah, I'm actually redoing that one now. That's my white one that I'm doing now.
Okay.
I'm building a white 63. That's that same car.
When was this done? How long ago is that?
That car's 15 years old.
Wow.
I took this car apart last year. That car looked like that last year. Yep. And
you're going white?
Yeah, I painted it all white. I took all the chrome off of it. No more flash. It's real original looking now.
Yeah.
All right.
Lou, what year is yours? 63 or 4?
That's a 63, but the one that I built for a buddy of mine was a 64.
I got a 4 in my shop.
Okay.
Yeah. I got yeah.
Then it just started. It kept progressing. From there, just kept progressing.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Where's the 57? You never did a 57?
My 57?
Yeah.
I got it there. It's in the garage.
All right, but you did do a 57, right? The Master Dane.
Yeah. I got it right there.
You may have to prove it to him, Freddie. You may have to prove it
63 Freddie was taken. So
I would have been pissed if you didn't do a 57. I would have been pissed.
Now the 57 name it has a lot of meaning behind it, and then I guess we'll get into that later. But
go ahead and get into it now. It's on the table. Throw it out there.
I bought a house, and the house address is 15700. The house was built in 57, and after I bought that house, I would look at my clock. It'll be 11:57, 2:50. It was always 57, 57.
That's bizarre.
57. 10, 15 times a day. And it's just real random how the number keeps popping up. So I kept it.
Yeah. I don't blame you, dude. If it's that random and it's gotta mean something.
Yeah,
it's gotta mean something, man.
That one day I always wanted a 57, and a couple years ago I was able to purchase one. So it kind of just all fell in place, and I just ended up keeping it.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I was thinking that you was born in 1957 when I heard you who you was.
No. I still got a couple more years to go.
Yeah, right. 57. So,
man.
When I was watching Breakfast Club, the interview the other day, Rick was talking about you being the OG down in Miami and building 64s and 3s and had a reputation before he actually reached out to you. So what was life like then? What was life like prior to that? And I guess that's what, 99, 2005. What year are we talking?
I would say like 2000.
2000.
Yeah, like 2000 was when we started dabbling with the Impalas heavy. And back then, we were just doing it for fun. So there was really no budgets. I didn't know how to run a company. I never ran a company in my life. So people would ask me like, oh, build something for me. So I would take it like, man, my buddy's spending 6 figures back in 2000. That was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
So if you're not spending that, then I really don't care.
Yeah.
So I always kept that same attitude. Like I wanted everything to be at a certain level.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have it, I didn't care. Yeah. But I used to do music videos. I used to take my cars to the music videos, and I would always bump into Ross. And the crazy part about it is all the artists will be in their trailers, off doing their thing. Ross will be smoking and always looking at my cars. Whatever car took to that video set, he would always get glued to those cars. And then we started to notice that he would only look at my cars until one day a buddy of mine called me and he tells me, hey, Ross is looking for you. So I was ecstatic. I was like, oh, he's one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
I had already said I wanted to build him a car. So I was ecstatic. Man, lo and behold, I had to wait like 6-7 years before I got that phone call. I sat there, I thought he was going to call me the next day. And I was, he's going to call me. He's going to call me, man. It took forever, man. Until
what did he want built? What did he ask you?
His 57, actually.
Okay.
His 57. He calls me one day and he says, hey, I got something on the way. And sure enough, a couple hours later, the car showed up at my shop.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
It's a good looking car, man.
That's in Leno's place.
Yeah, that's at Jay Leno's. Yeah, we did Jay Leno earlier on, like late last year. I think we did Jay Leno.
Freddie, talk about this build. I mean, we're looking at it, but explain what you did here and what came in and what left.
Really, this car was no good. This car was broken in half when we got it. Literally, the car was folded in half. I replaced every piece of metal that there is on that car.
Right.
We ended up scrapping the frame. The frame was no good. We scrapped the frame. I ended up ordering a roaster shop chassis.
Right.
I was upset. I don't know if I ordered the thing wrong. I never ordered a chassis from them before at the time. So the stance was wrong. I hated the stance on the car. So imagine you spend $30,000 on a chassis. Now you got to remodify all their work.
Yeah.
So, bro, it was just a nightmare. And we ended up getting the chassis. Wagner built us a LS9 for it. We put a 4 L80 behind it, and we just kept going from there.
Yeah.
In the midst of this build was when my accident happened. So we had to shelf the car for like a year and a half until I recovered.
What accident are you talking about?
My shooting.
We got into that a little bit on the phone, and Ed was talking about that. But clarify what happened.
I was a victim of armed robbery.
Really?
So I ended up getting shot 9 times with AK-47.
God.
You know.
Where was this at?
This was in it's called Carroll City. It's a neighborhood here in Miami. People call it Murder Gardens, you know.
Right.
What they do? Just roll. What were they after? What happened? How they tell us about that night or that day?
It was just a regular day, actually. It was a house that I was remodeling at the time. I also dabble with real estate and stuff. So I ended up going to the house to go check up on some work that the guys were doing and clean up, you know, just pick up a couple little things here and there. It was early. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
By the time I turned around, the guy was just on me.
Really?
Yeah.
And shot the shit out of you.
Just, shot. That's it. I was a lot bigger back then. I was like 240, 250. I was in good shape. So he was so close that my initial reaction was to run towards him. So he shot.
Yeah.
He shot.
Freddie, is that what's wrong with your hand now?
Yeah, I ended up losing. The bullet ends up hitting the band on my watch. So it pushed the watch band out through the other side. So literally my hand was just hanging.
Holy shit.
By nothing. So I end up losing my index and my thumb. My wrist is fused. I have no wrist. And I was in a coma for like 2 months. Broken shoulder, broken hip, fractured pelvis. I had bullet fragments in the back of my head. It was crazy. It was a crazy.
Did they end up catching the guy? What happened?
No, they never caught the guy. I never saw his face. I never got to see his face.
Man.
Yeah,
I mean that 6.2, that 6.7, the 6.72 round from the AK has a lot of kinetic energy, man.
Yeah.
When it hits you. Yeah.
Well, what saved me was that it was close. Because if the bullet was able at a long distance, they say that thing would have.
Yeah. I said it backwards. It's 7.62. I said it backwards. I said 6.7. But yeah, that round's designed to punch through you. So yeah, I get it. Running towards him, it didn't. It had speed, but it probably didn't get a chance to get up to max travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct. I went to grab the barrel of the gun, the machine gun. So literally, when I went to grab it was when he shot. So,
yeah.
I mean, it didn't even have time to.
So did somebody hear it? What happened next? Did the ambulance? What happened?
I ended up turning around. I ended up running. I jump a fence. He's chasing me down the fence, like he's following me. But he only shot me at the beginning part of it. After that, he missed every other shot that he took. I end up running. I ran behind a house. I tried to run through a fence. I end up hitting the column of the fence. So I end up falling back. I still get up, and with one hand, I picked up my whole body, and I flipped. I tumbled over the fence, and I ended up bobbing and weaving, and I made it to the next block.
Damn.
Yeah. But at the same way that the bullets happened, I heard the sirens. I mean, it was.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was like this. Imagine, we got to the airport. We got so fast to the airport that the helicopter was landing. The helicopter hadn't made it yet. That's how fast we got there. The rescue team picked me up and took me to the airport.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody must have heard that action to have everybody there that fast.
Yeah, it was.
You know
really
what I mean?
fast. Even when I made it to the next block, I never saw the lady. I went back after, and I knocked on her door. So I heard her, but I never saw her. And she goes, honey, stay right there. I called the rescue. But I already heard it. I had already heard the sirens. But I kept running. Anyways, I start getting winded, and I double back to the lady's house. She had like a little palm tree. So I took off my shirt, and I tucked myself under the palm tree. I wrapped my hand. I took off my tank top. My leg was just gushing blood. I ended up pushing the tank top inside the wound on my leg. And when I touched my pocket, I had my phone. So I ended up calling a girl that I was dating at the time. I said, hey, listen, I got shot. Don't come to the house. I'm going to call you back. Then I end up calling my mom. My mom doesn't answer.
Oh, God.
I called her again, and she picks up the phone. And I still remember the screams like perfect. I said, don't panic. I'm okay. I just got shot. Boy, listen, I heard those screams so loud. And then I had to tell her, hey, but wait a minute, I'm going to call you back. And then I hang up the phone. So,
yeah.
That's pretty incredible. It's incredible you survived that.
Yeah,
really.
It was.
How long were you in the hospital?
Bad. The shooting wasn't bad. It was the recovery was what was bad,
Yeah.
You were in a coma?
Yeah, I was in a coma for 2 months.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, you're lucky to be alive. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yes.
Absolutely. You're lucky to be alive. Fuck. Most people don't survive 9 shots like that.
No, I even remember talking to some military personnel, and when they came up to me in the hospital, and they're like, you're the guy with the AK rounds? And they were just asking me questions like how? Like they were just looking at me like how this guy survived.
Yeah.
He goes, if it wasn't for your hand, you'll be perfectly normal.
Yeah. Dude,
I have like posture issues, I have like shoulder problems.
Yeah.
But it's very minimal for what I went through.
Yeah, that's wild.
So
John,
Freddie,
ask your questions.
Freddie, you finally get the call from Ross. You're doing the videos. Years later, he reaches out, tells you, hey, I'm sending you down a 57 convertible. You do your thing. You get shot up in the middle of this. So you go back to the build. At what point did you stop when you were fucked up and in the hospital and then start back up? And how hard was that?
It was tough. Of course, the rumors start, everybody has their own idea of what happened and they start making these rumors. Yeah. So when I finally was able to speak to him, he just told me, bro, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
I don't care about that car. You know, whenever you. So the amount of loyalty and respect that I have for him for doing that.
Yeah.
You can't put a price on it. You know what I'm saying?
That's huge.
Yeah,
for real.
So
that's huge.
He let me recover. He would even take me to Atlanta. You know, when I started walking after I got out of the wheelchair, he flew me up to Atlanta a couple times, and he just, man, come stay up here with me. Like, just come up here, get a spot up here, whatever. You know, whatever. He didn't want me in Miami no more. You know.
Yeah.
And I just refused, and I'm like, no, you know, I'm gonna stay back home. You know, and then when I got ready to work on the car, that's it. You know, we cranked back up on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
How many guys? Cool. How many guys did you have working with you on the car? Was it just you and him? What?
It was I had 4 guys, me plus 4.
Yeah.
At that time, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Was
cool.
That Bowtie South that you're talking about? That shop. When did you shut that down? A couple of years ago.
Last February.
And you were ready to walk.
Yeah, I you know, like I said, I invest in. I have a lot of things going on. You know, I got partnerships with a lot of stuff, and my real estate company does good. So I really don't need to build cars to sustain my lifestyle, and I'm more hands on as well. Like I like dabbling with the cars, and now with my injuries and stuff like that, it's not easy.
No, I guess not.
The anxiety kicks in, you know, you try to put something on and you can't do it. And it's just simple tasks that just make it difficult for you to do. So the anxiety kicks in and so I just figured I'll just fall back. I met all my requirements with all my clients. I finished all their cars. I turned everything in and I walked away. And now I have a couple projects for some special guys. And those I'm just doing it at my pace, no rush.
Yeah.
When they're done, they're done. And I'm doing it with buddies, you know, friend of mine, and we're doing it at a chill pace.
Yeah, yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know, because you got to stop and think, man. You got to retrain your body.
Correct.
You got to retrain it, and once you figure out what you can and can't do, and then you master what you can do, you'll be able to do so much more. You know what I mean?
Correct. And I was doing 4 or 5 surgeries, 6 surgeries a year.
Yeah.
So that thing would just take a toll on me. I couldn't keep my weight up. Yeah, I couldn't keep my weight up. It was just horrible.
Man.
So you were saying you're what, 240, 250? What do you weigh now?
Back then I was like 240, 250. Right now I'm like 200.
Yeah, that's a good healthy weight though.
Yeah, but I have to struggle to keep this weight up.
Really?
Yeah. When I got shot, I was like 240. I came out of the hospital 140 pounds.
Dude.
Damn.
Dude, you lost a Backstreet Boy and a fucking supermodel. God damn.
My eyes were back here, like my cheekbone. I mean, my neck, you will see like the whole bone. It was just, I mean, it was bad. It was bad.
Shit, you look like a football player now, bro. You look like you're in the best weight of ever, yeah.
Yeah.
If I could get 20 more pounds, I'll be happy. 20 more pounds, I'll be happy.
Right.
But it's a lot of work, you know?
Man.
So, Freddie, get into how this whole first car, I mean, this is the first one. And it's at Rick Ross's house. First of all, I want to ask you, because like I was saying at the intro, I've only seen pictures of this place. It looks like it's artwork, the amount of time and effort that went into the piece of property that he owns. What's it like to roll up the driveway? What's this house like inside?
It's very impressive. I still, to this day, I've been going there for, I would say 7-8 years I've been going there.
Yeah.
And I still find new rooms. I still find new. The other day, I found a pool. I found a pool the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Freddie, it's right outside. I mean, what are you doing?
No. There's a pool off to the left side of the house. There's another house there.
No.
Is it? No.
So, for my understanding was the previous owner ends up getting a divorce from his wife.
Yeah.
And the wife did not want to leave the property. So he built her a home. So that home has house, has a full tennis court, it has a full pool, tennis. Everything is in that property as well.
Wow.
The other day I walked by there and I noticed that the house had a pool. I never noticed that before.
Wow.
Now the main house has an indoor pool and an outdoor pool.
It has a pool. I think his bedroom has a pool. Then it has an indoor pool. The big pool in the back.
Yeah. I got a pond for Lou. Is there a pond anywhere nearby? Can we dig him a hole and put a garden hose in it?
I'll backstroke that bitch.
Give an old tire inner tube.
I was reading his Rick Ross book, and he said he learned how to cut grass, and he brought all his lawn care equipment. You one of the guys that's helping him cut the acres of land?
Nah, I don't mess with that grass stuff. I don't grass, But yeah, he does. He bought a John Deere. He bought one of those big tractors, and he sits there and he zones out. He gets to be by himself, and you catch him all the time cutting grass. Today he was cutting grass. Cutting grass.
Yeah.
I watched the videos, and he on a tractor just cutting away.
Yeah. He does. He sits there. He dabbles. He dabbles when he wants to.
Right.
Now he's got horses and animals and stuff.
He has a bison, right? Is it a bison? He has a bull. He has a cow. He has 4 or 5 horses. I think it's a buffalo.
Yeah.
It's a buffalo or a bison, one of the two. I don't know what he has.
I think aren't they the same? I think they're the same, aren't they? I don't know.
I don't know, but
they close. They close. They almost the same, but they close.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's a buffalo. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he got all that.
It's big. It's big.
But I'm certain. I'm certain if he have 280 acres, I'm certain he have Sasquatch running around there somewhere.
Morning, let's say like if we go out early, like let's say 5:30 in the morning, the whole front of his house is just full of deers.
Oh yeah,
just full of deers. And then when the sun comes up, then they'll go back into the forest. But we catch them there all the time.
Wow.
He has his own.
I'm guessing he's got security and gates out front, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
How long's the driveway? You think the driveway's a mile?
Easy. I would say a mile. Yeah, a mile.
Yeah. So where are they going to place the cars? Along the driveway coming in or by the house? You got that figured out?
Right there, as soon as you come in from the main entrance of the house, it'll be on the left side of the field. It's a nice cut area there that he maintains nice. Right in front of that patch on the left.
Yeah.
It's going to be that yard right there in the front.
Brad, you got the other shot? Yeah, that shot.
Okay, you see where the blue cars are?
Yeah.
Okay, that whole section there, that whole left side, where the blue cars are.
Freddie, how many square feet? Because I keep seeing 55,000, 60,000. What's the size of that house? Because it looks huge from there.
I believe it's 60,000 square feet. I think it's 58,000 square feet, something like that. I'm not too sure. I know how to get to my room, though.
Yeah.
It's all that matters at the end of the day. It's all that matters.
I know how to get to my room.
That's a really good investment. I'll tell you what, he got it a couple of years back, so he got it at a good price. I saw the numbers, and I can't imagine what that place is worth now. I can't imagine what it takes every year to keep that up.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? Because just if he didn't cut the grass, that's its own bill. The landscaping alone.
The staff alone, just the staff that he has there, it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean security.
That's a lot to keep up. Yeah,
the staff is crazy.
That's its own business.
Yeah,
there's always something that needs to be fixed when you got a house that's 60,000 square feet. I mean, you just do.
I think the house has 42 AC units.
Holy shit!
Ooh.
42 zones.
Yes,
we struggling with the 2 we got around here.
Can you imagine the electric bill when it's 100?
Has his own electrical, here we call it Florida Power and Light, but it has its own towers and electrical shit going on. This is crazy
because they're pumping so much juice into it. Yeah. It's probably got a couple transformers tied to it.
Holy transformers. I'm trying to say.
Yeah. God. That is something else. But you know what? Hey, Brad, go back to that picture with all the cars in front, the front view of the house. You guys didn't notice the camper on the right, yellow and white, the camper.
Yeah, he got two of those. He got a red one and that one, and a blue one.
Lou, maybe you could stay there in the camper. That's where your speed.
I'm cool with the camper.
Freddie got his own room way up top in the back there at the top window.
I'm low maintenance. I'm fucking low maintenance.
So Freddie, talk about how this car show came about. The idea, whose idea, pitching it and putting it together. You got to have a staff that helps put this thing together, right?
Mainly it's me and him. It was something that we've been talking about for years. We wanted to, after I closed the shop, I kind of wanted to help him market himself in the automotive industry.
Yeah.
I kind of see him doing commercials for, like automotive brands. And that's been like my focus. So that's one of the reasons I ended up closing the shop as well. And then we needed to find something to draw attention to him. See what these companies,
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get him. You got to introduce him to the car world. I get it. That makes perfect sense.
Hello.
Yeah, we got you.
We got you.
So in the midst of all that, we've been talking about a car show for years. He's been telling me, "Yo, we got to do an event. We got to do an event." And I just been, I was scared to do it. I was scared to fail, to be honest with you. And this on his birthday, we ended up going to dinner, and this guy, mutual friend of ours, asked us about the car show. So in the background, if you hear the video, the background, he goes, "Freddie, what's up with the car show?" So I said, "This year." He says, "When?" And I said, "In May." So that's it. It kind of got stuck there. I called his sister the next day. I looked at asked her for his schedule, and she gave me that day, May 21st. I went the next day, I made a flyer and I threw it online. Yeah. I remember like 7 a.m. the next day he calls me. "What are you doing? You just threw the flyer without talking to me." And
too late now.
And, he was like, I was like, "No, I spoke to your sister, I'm off that day." And he was like, I was like, "Yeah, you're off that day. You good. So May 21st, I'm off." And I was like, "Bro, you're off. We're good." Click, he hangs up the phone and he started punching it. It took off. It took off. So,
that's pretty crazy.
It was just something that even though we've been planning it for so many years, it was unplanned.
Right.
It was just, okay, I'm gonna make a flyer and I'm gonna throw it out there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just took a life of its own. I mean, this thing is way.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you realize this car show is going to change the landscape of the car industry right now, because you got to keep in mind the Dub show, there's no more Dub. There's no big car shows to bring celebrities out or to bring these high caliber people to look at the hip hop world and to look at the athletes. So y'all will definitely change the landscape, and I hope that there's someone behind y'all that kind of pick up the pieces that y'all leave off when y'all on the 22nd and kind of carry the torch to have another bigger event. That way we could keep the industry going, No,
that's the plan. The plan is to make this grow. We want to shed light on, the urban culture. We don't really get our just due. It's more of a white dominated sport, Right. But there are some guys that we're behind. I understand that us as like the urban culture, we are behind. But there is a lot of talented individuals in this industry.
Right.
For sure.
But they just don't have the opportunity or the means, to go to the forefront. So I think that's the plan that we're trying to execute here.
So how do we fix that problem?
Well, first we're gonna get this event going. May 21st. That's the first thing on the play, and then maybe see if we can do a tour. Maybe like a 4-city tour, and then end it off at his house every year. The grand finale will be at his house, and just start bringing in these big companies. You know, we start building relationships with these companies, start bringing them in. You know, one thing is me trying to do it or you trying to do it versus him trying to do it.
Right.
You know, if he does it, they show up.
Right.
Because there's things that I've tried to do and it won't happen. And it's crazy that he'll do the same thing and reach out to the same person and it gets done on the fly.
Yeah.
So now he sees that this is a good opportunity. It's a good business, you know, because at the end of the day, this is all business. He sees that it's worth his time, so he's going to push forward with it. You know, we have a lot of big plans.
Well, and you know, not for nothing, you do your tour, and if you have shows incorporated into that four city tour, you have the guys who get best of show from each one of those shows get their cars in at the final show.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Like the good guys, you know?
Yeah.
Or the lowrider tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they'll compete all year long. And all the champions from each winner from each show, they'll compete for the title at his house. That's kind of like the goal, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're gonna give out the best awards too, you know.
That's what the Dub show was, but by the Dub backing out, and I mean it went for about 10, 15 years. So now y'all can become the next show to take over the industry. Because like you said, the hip hop world and our culture is dead right now.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of talented shops and a lot of talented individuals, but they don't have the right platform and the right place to put the vehicles that they build.
Correct.
You know, look, I'm happy y'all did it. It needed to be done, and I'm happy that y'all are the guys that actually do it because y'all definitely doing it right.
Yeah, they say we're the dynamic duo.
It's the perfect setup, bro. Perfect team. That's what I was telling John. I was like, dude, like I've been researching this guy for a while, and just how easy going you are and how easy to communicate with you is great. You know, and a lot of guys around the industry, you know, they have attitudes or they think that they full of they're more than what they really are. So I appreciate being able to actually touch it, just like, you know, just it's real easy.
Correct.
But now this car show, this is going to change the landscape of how people look at our culture, and a lot of people going to join the culture now.
Oh yeah, of course. The people.
Well, go ahead, Freddie.
Yeah, people don't. There's a lot of guys that fall back from it because it's either not competitive enough. They don't have nothing to look forward to. So I believe that a lot of these guys that have taken hiatus off the sport, they're gonna come back. They're gonna start building stuff because now they have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, it's pretty crazy because, and I've said this before to people, if you look at the whole car world, you know, you've got street rods. They all follow a basic style. You've got pro touring now. They all follow a basic style. Muscle cars, they all have something. The only people that are really doing different stuff are your low riders and your big wheel guys.
Correct.
You know, all the guys with big wheels. They're the ones they're doing different things. Now they may not be doing it right, but at least they're trying to get it done. You know what I mean? They're trying to figure it out. Yeah, it's not that they don't know. Like you said, they're behind. They're trying to figure it out and find their place, which to me has always been cool. You know, I mean, because that's just the way I like doing stuff. I like trying to figure different things out.
Yeah, and those guys.
I know you're affiliated with the Dunk Masters as well.
Yeah, like I think the dunk culture, or you know, our culture, these guys, that's all they know. You know, they won't go to a hot rod show. You know, they don't care for that. They won't go to a rad rod show. You know, I study everything.
Same with me.
I go look at everything because it's just these guys do certain things that you can implement into your stuff. So once these guys start traveling and they start going to different events, they don't know what a Riddler award is. They don't know what a Riddler is. These guys don't know none of that. You know, you tell them Troy, you tell them a big old garage. You know, these badass builders. You're talking Chinese to these guys. You know, they don't know who people are. You
But
know,
but that's because they're not educated in it. You know what I mean? They're really not.
They're not exposed
it
to
goes back to it goes back to they haven't had the exposure to that stuff. That's
correct.
the thing.
It's still new.
Right. Right. And really I think it's because, like I said, they've never been exposed to it, but I've done a lot of work. I've had a couple of cars that I've done. I had the first one on 24s in this area 15 years ago. It was a box and pallet. And I did that and I figured it out. You know what I mean? I got a set of pre-run of spindles. I redid the arms. I did a bunch of stuff, made it work, redid the trailing arms. I got it up and you could align it. It could stop. And you would be amazed at how many guys would ask me, how did you do that? Because I tried it and this happened. And it was a forum. East Coast
Riders.
Yes, East Coast Riders. I posted everything I did on this 76 Impala. All the part numbers, the brake line numbers, everything I did. I posted it all. I even had pictures of the ball joint reamers because I ran the square body pre-runner spindles. So I had to reconfigure the arms to run the bigger ball joints, all of that. And this cat from South Carolina calls me up. He's like, man, can you help me out? And I said, come on up. He drove 2 hours. He came up and I showed him how to use the reamers and all that. And he goes, well, can't I just use regular reamers? I'm like, no, it's a 7-degree taper. You have to use these reamers. And he looked at me and he's like, I could tell he's confused. He doesn't know where to get them from. I said, look, man, here's the deal. Take them home, do your car, just bring the motherfuckers back.
Yeah, bring the shit back.
Never met this dude, man. Like the first time I met him was when he walked in my shop. I said, just take him. And he posted everything up on an East Coast Riders. And I mean, dude, it was cool because you're teaching these guys how to do it.
Yes.
You know, and see, that's where the exposure comes from because they don't know. It's not that they're ignorant. They've just never been exposed to this.
They've never been exposed to it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, like it's just like, you know, I always build lowered cars. I build lowered trucks and people just, they just shake their heads. They're like, dude, why so low? Because it's fucking cool. And I can. No other reason than I can. I've got welding machines.
Yeah. Talk about Rick's collection and what people are going to see at the show.
Everybody knows his extensive old school collection, but he also has a lot of luxury cars. He has Maybachs, Rolls Royces, Ferraris, G wagons, Lambo trucks. So you're gonna see everything. His motorcycle collection.
He's a car guy.
He's special.
I saw he pulled out that tank.
I saw that.
I saw that too.
I saw that.
I got it. Look, me and Ross need to have a conversation. I got
Oh my God.
The other day he bought a fire truck. What's today? Today's Wednesday. On Friday, we went to a local dealer here and he bought 9 cars. So he bought like an Elvis Presley pink Cadillac, one of those big
yeah.
9s.
Yeah.
He bought one of those. He bought a Rat Rod pickup truck. He bought 2 limos. What else did he buy? Man, he bought like 9, 10 cars easy. He bought a Corniche, a Rolls Royce convertible Corniche, a vintage one. And his Impala collection, of course, is going to be there. His Tri-5s, his NASCARs. Well, he's going to have a lot of stuff. He's going to have at least 150 cars lined up.
Now, to get on the property to see the show, it's $250, right?
Yeah, general admission is $250. To register your cars, $750. We're going to do a VIP party after the show. That's $2,500 per person.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, it's the $250 sounds like a lot, but when you're able to walk on the property, you're able to see his collection and the entertainment, you got food. It's an all-day event. I mean, it's like 11 to 8, is it not? For
I think it's 11 to 7. We have Rapstar Energy Drink, they're hosting the stage and the performance part of it. So it's going to be pretty dope. They're going to have about 36 acts.
Wow.
Ross is debating. They left him a slot open. If he decides to perform or not, we don't know. But he kept a 30-minute slot open for himself. So he might.
It's his car show. He can't have a car show on his house at his house without practicing.
Yeah. So
Dude, he's gonna be working the room. He's gonna be working the room, Ed. He might not have time.
I've been following Rick Ross since every day I'm hustling since Port of Miami, and he would not have a car show at his house without him performing. Like,
let's see what happens.
He gotta grab the mic and sing something.
Yeah.
Something.
One more thing, Freddie, you got to go into Leno's garage. How'd that come about, and what was that day like?
We've been talking about the Jay Leno stuff, and we couldn't figure out an angle. And Ross just started going on Instagram and just taking jabs at him, friendly jabs.
Yeah.
Until one day they reached out to him. And before you know it, I was getting the car ready. Jay Leno actually picked up the car. He took the car to California to his studio, and he flew us all over there for.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So you spent a day touring through?
Yeah, we spent there the whole day. Then they filmed. We drove through Burbank. Him and Jay Leno, they did like a segment, and they just went riding through the hills and stuff. It was pretty dope. He took us through the garage. He let us see all his cars, and that's another thing. That's another guy that's just on another level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What really was impressive was I look at the small stuff. Every motorcycle and every car had a trickle charger on it.
Yeah.
And then I start to notice every motorcycle and every car had a valid tag.
Yep.
So I remember that I said it to somebody there. I was like, man, everything here has a valid tag on it. And then he walks by me. He was like, oh yeah, and I got insurance on everything.
Yeah.
I was like, what? He was like, yeah, everything here and in my other warehouse, I have insurance.
I saw an interview with him, and he said that he wants to be able to walk in and get in a car, and it starts up, and he can go wherever he wants.
Everything there.
Everything.
Time.
Yeah. I watched an interview where he said that. He said, doesn't matter what it is. I want to be able to get in it and drive it. And there was a video where he was driving like a Stanley steamer or some crazy shit.
Yeah, he has a steam vehicles there. He even has electric cars from like the 1800s.
Yeah.
If you see the batteries back from the 1800s, I should have took a picture of it. I totally forgot. But the batteries were different. I mean, it was crazy. And he told me, no, this is all electric. All this section here, these are all electric cars back from the 1800s.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Impressive.
Because he's got a big collection.
Bro, there was at least 275 bikes in there. And each the same amount in cars, 300. There was a lot of stuff going on in there.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, John, you know how to do it now. We're going to take jabs at Jay Leno, see if we can't get in there.
Yeah, we reached out to Jay. We were going back and forth with Helga, his assistant, and his PR people.
Just antagonize him on Instagram.
I think I burned that bridge, though. I think it's
he knows who I am. We've just never met.
He's super cool.
But you know what I mean? Because it was at SEMA, and it was kind of funny because I'm in the booth, and it was like the Secret Service coming through with the president, like the guys. Yeah. And he goes walking by the booth, and I'm like, fuck, that's Jay Leno. Because I know he knows who I am. So when I kept an eye out, and when I saw them coming back, I got to that side of the booth where they came through the first time, and I'm standing there. Two of the security guys walk by, and Jay's there. I put my hand out. I go, Jay, Mr. Leno. He goes, Lou. And I'm like, Mr. Leno, we got to keep going. I'm like, damn it, man. I was that close. So, yeah. I just want to go see his cars.
I've been to his place twice. I got to tell you the backstory, too. I mentioned Lou. They stopped talking to me. So
See?
That's
why John's got to take the jabs.
I got to take the hits. He's my buddy. I'll take that. I was up here somewhere. Now I'm down here. I'm back to the pond. I was in the pool, floating around on a raft and shit. Now I'm back at the pond, hanging out with Lou. Freddie, talk about the gold diamond crusted key.
We're gonna give away 3 diamond keys. One side is General Motors, for like the old school lovers. Then the other side has the Rolls Royce insignia on it. For the the foreign guys that like the flash stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna give one for best of show, bike, truck, and car.
That's awesome. That is cool.
They're like 25K, are they not? Is that what
that's what I heard? That's what I heard through the grapevine. They're like 25,000 a piece. I seen it the other day actually, for the first time at when we did the Breakfast Club interview. He brought it with.
Yeah, I saw the Breakfast Club interview.
Yeah, I need to give me one of those because I'm a Chevy man,
Hey, I'm trying to get one myself.
Need 5.
And Freddie's got a room.
Freddie's got a room with his name on it. Got a lock on the door.
Room and he can't get one. What the hell, Ed?
Yeah, I got to get one. Yeah.
There's one that would be missing fooling around with me.
I saw the interview with DJ Envy. I got to tell you, when he was called on the carpet by Rick Ross about what motor was in his 55 truck, he was like, he didn't know. he fucked him up. He didn't know the answer to it. He said 454. You're like, dude, that ain't real. Right, got a small block in it, but who cares?
I seen after that it's a Ford truck, by the way. So I was like, yeah definitely. I don't know, 350 or 454.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But it's a Ford. But he has it though. He does have it.
Yeah.
He has a good collection though, but they're into different things. The New York guys, they're on a different swag, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember the 62 that was on set for Unique? The one.
Yeah. The one that was in the alley.
Yeah, the one they got running. That was his car. That's DJ Envy's
car. I'm actually getting that car. It's on its way here, as a matter of fact.
Okay. Yeah, that was DJ Envy's car that was in the alley. One of the guys that was working on a TV show with us, he stayed up all night. We joked and played with him, and we told him, we was like, dude, that car's a piece of shit. It's not gonna run. And he fucked around with this car all night. And Will Castro told him, hey, look, if you don't get that car running by morning, you're fucking ass out of here. So he fucked around with it all night. Oh, man, all night. And I went to the trailer, and I had this strange feeling. I said, this dude not going to get that car running. But then I looked at him, and he told him, he said, Ed, the gears are wrong, such and such, such and such. And I told the guys, I said, I wouldn't be shocked in the morning that car cranked up. Well, the sun was rising. And it was like 5:59 because every morning Will always come tap on the wall for everybody to get up. And I had put my shirt on, and all of a sudden I hear a fucking car crank. This boy stayed up and got that car running. Now, that was in 2015 though. So it's 2022. So I don't know if it's running or not, but
oh no.
I wish you luck.
No, it's new chassis, new motor, new training. I'm gutting the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. I already told him. Yeah, I said get ready to leave that open check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it needed, but it was in bad shape. We couldn't do that on the show.
Yeah, he just picked that up, I think, at the time back then. I don't think he knew much about the car.
Yeah,
but I don't think DJ Envy is a real. He's into cars, but he's not a mechanic. He talked about he didn't know how to change his own tires, so he's a little behind.
He's in exotic cars. He's not in the old schools. He like DJ Envy is like me. I'm into new exotics, the luxury line. That's what he's into.
That's what he's into. Yeah.
I think DJ Envy had one of his. He had a Bentley convertible. I think a white and red one down in the Miami Unique shop. Way back when it was there for some reason. I don't know if he's getting the system put in it or what. He sent it down at Will. It was a convertible. It was a nice looking car.
Yeah, I don't remember about that one.
That's probably 2012 or 13, somewhere around there.
Ain't my world, man. Don't know nothing about it.
He did those Ferraris and he got Rolls Royce trucks and stuff like that. He's into
Yeah. He's not in to the old schools.
But we're gonna get there. If I'm gonna build that 62 for him, like the plans that we have for, he's definitely gonna have a nice car.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Freddie, what else are you and Rick working on jointly? And what else is down the road? I saw there was a Netflix documentary. Is that canceled? I heard on the Breakfast Club.
No, it was he was doing just like a day in the life of a thing. And he just kept bumping heads with the producers and stuff. So he scrapped that and he told them to leave his house.
It's good to be the king. It's good to be a king. You don't get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just get the fuck out.
Scrapped.
Just pick a door, any door, get out.
It's like trading places. Stone Groove. Just get the fuck out.
Listen, we were there for 2 days filming, so it was like a lot of stuff that we were doing, and to share that it didn't work out. For me, because I'm getting those opportunities now, so I kind of want to reap those benefits. But for him, it doesn't matter. He there's nothing going to change for him, and he's done it for so long that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
We were there for like 2-3 days working, and then I ended up coming back home, and then I heard it was over. He just told him to get out.
It's not easy. You know what? It takes up a lot of time. They tell you stop what you're doing. You can't do anything other than that. It's just sometimes it's a pain in the ass. And if they're asking him to go and try to pretend to be something he's not, that damages brand. So it has to be.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll tell you one thing, and once they pick up the cameras and get rolling, it turns into something else.
Correct.
Ed'll tell you, right, Ed?
Trust me, I can tell you.
Yeah.
you go from building exotic cars to buses. Trust me.
Right.
That's right, because you've done the TV stuff before,
Yeah, and when I got there, we went from building Bentleys to sofas.
Yeah.
We went from building sofas to suspension.
Yeah.
That's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and ATVs.
And ATVs and it turned into reality TV.
Yeah, it's got to be produced and they keep it on its edge. That's what I'm saying. If they ask Rick to do something that's stupid, he ain't doing it.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
And you can't blame him.
No.
Can't blame him.
No, when he told me the backstory, it made perfect sense, and he has a vision of what he wants and what he expects. So if it doesn't line up with what he wants out of it, then he doesn't care. You're not gonna tell that man. He doesn't need it.
And if he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it. It's just that simple. He knows what he wants, and he just makes the decision and he stands by it. It's that simple. I mean,
a very smart individual.
You can't ask for more than that. You really can't.
I'll tell you what I told both Ed and Lou this over the past 10 days or so, but what I like most about Rick Ross's social media is it's not all just about him. It's not about, I got this, you can't get it. He's more of a positive influence of get up and make it happen. And that to me is a world of difference, because when I see him basically saying, it's not going to fall in your lap, it didn't me, but, keep up the good work, keep doing what you're doing and make it network and make it happen. I'm thinking he's paying it forward, in other words.
Yeah. Yes. He's done it with me.
Yeah, I could see that he is taking everybody up a level instead of saying it's all about me. You can't do it. Look what I got. You can't have this. It's not that way. And that's a big difference, especially in social media, because he's touching a lot of guys that need to hear that.
Yes.
There's a lot of people out there. Like there's guys that watch this show. I get emails and messages saying, you guys made me laugh. You made my day. And I'm like, we're just being jackasses on here. You know what I mean? But if it does it for you, it does it for you. But still, I think that, in a world where everything is critiqued and people are bullshit and knocking other people down behind their keyboard, and saying shit on social media, F this, you're that, this. I think it needs to be more positive, and he's doing that.
Yeah. He definitely does that.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what's important.
Yeah. conversations, you know, like I tell people all the time, I was like, if you cannot become a millionaire being around this man, I don't understand.
You're doing something wrong if you can't.
Yeah, he's changed my life, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a positive influence.
Giving it to me because he hasn't given it to me. But just the conversations that we have and the things that it's just motivation. You know, you go to his house, you go to all his homes, and it's just impressive. It's impressive. And if you don't get motivated by that, then I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can just listen to some of his music and you just get motivated. Like there's a song I listen to twice, 3-4 times a week sometimes. Rich Forever with John Legend.
With John.
And it's a long song. It's like 8 fucking minutes, but you gotta listen to it because he's saying something that kind of resonates. Okay, we're gonna be rich forever. Now he's not talking about money, but he's talking about the vibe. He's talking about the way that you carry yourself, the way you treat people.
Yes.
You know, you would think he's talking about money, but he's talking about the vibe.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. And all that shit, it matters, bro. It matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's honorable to pick people up around you and not knock them down and say, I'm first.
Correct.
You know, after me, you eat type of thing.
And I know he's you know, because it's all business at the end of the day. So I know he's picked up a lot of people before and it hasn't worked out, you know, the way he planned it. And for him to continue to do it, it's awesome, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you have it next year, I'll come down with my square body all rusted out, slammed.
No, we definitely.
You guys out good.
Ed and I, we're going to get down there. We're going to figure it out and get down there. I don't think we're going to be poolside.
I'm going to be out there for early in the morning, right? That way I can catch one of those deers. So I'll pay the $250, but I'm going to come out early in the morning since you told me the deers come out. That way I can get some deer head. And I can sell that stuff for about $300-400 here, you know?
Yeah, get that money back.
Get that money back. Get that money back, you know?
Yeah.
Man, look, I'm proud of y'all, boys, man, because this is big. Y'all gonna change the industry, and y'all, the landscape will change, and it's going to invite a lot of guys to get interested into the hip hop world again.
Absolutely.
You know, y'all bringing the culture back. We definitely needed that, especially after COVID, because car shows, we was looking for stuff to go to.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. So I'm happy for y'all, boys, man.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to be the party pooper. So, because we're over. So, Freddie, here's what we do: tell everybody where to reach you at on all your social media handles. Let them know, and then you can say goodnight, and then we'll say goodnight, and we're done for the evening. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, man.
No problem. Thank you. My Instagram is @57Freddy. Rick Ross Car and Bike Show, May 21st at the Promised Land. You can register at www.rickrosscarshow.com. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, Freddie.
Appreciate it.
Ed, say good night and tell everyone where they can meet you, where they can get you at your social media handles.
Well, you could catch me at edthestitchdoctor.com or on IG at Ed the Stitch Doctor. High Class Customs. That's HICLASS, not HIGH. So it's HICLASS. And shit, I'll be on here next week, baby.
All right. Thanks, Ed. See you later, man.
Thank y'all for having me on, man.
Thanks, Ed. Talk to you in a bit.
John, you sexy thing, you. You
Money's
finished that bottle of wine, didn't you?
I killed it. It was about 3/4. Money's on the dresser, Lou.
All right. I'll see you later, man.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. I hope you had a good time listening to the show and watching it. Remember, you can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Google, and you can also find us on Apple TV. So you guys check it. Oh, and YouTube, of course. So you guys check it out, and we're going to keep doing our best to bring the best that we can so you guys can get good stories and enjoy the show. Till next week, keep it between the lanes. Later.